Teachers, what's the craziest thing a student's done for an A? During one of our midterm exams, Yoseline's water suddenly broke right in the middle of the test. She was 8 months pregnant, sitting in the front row when I heard her gasp. Clear fluid started pooling under her desk, and her face went pale. I dropped my coffee mug, and it shattered on the floor. I told her we needed to get her to the hospital immediately, but she just tightened her grip on her pencil and kept writing. She whispered she still had 40 minutes left. The rest of the students froze in shock. I tossed my phone to Javon and told him to call 911. I rushed to Yoseline's desk and put a hand on her shoulder, but she pushed me away. I warned her the baby was coming and this wasn't something she could just ignore, but she hunched over, her paper like it was her lifeline. In all my 12 years of teaching, I had never seen anything like it. Yoseline was usually quiet, kept to herself, but always came to class even through morning sickness and swollen feet. But this was dangerous. Another contraction hit and she doubled over, but her pencil still moved across the page. Sweat dripped onto her chest, and her breathing grew fast and uneven. Some of the girls started crying, begging her to stop, before something happened to the baby. I tried to keep calm even though my heart was racing. I texted the front office for help, but my eyes stayed locked on her. She moaned through the pain but wouldn't stop writing. At one point during a contraction, she slapped her belly and yelled at it to stop moving, just give her 30 more minutes. The entire class gasped. Even the boys who joked about everything looked terrified. I knew I had to act before she hurt, herself or her child. I begged her to stop, telling her her health mattered more than any exam. She finally looked up at me with tears streaming down her face and whispered, "You don't understand. I need this grade. I need to graduate." Her voice cracked, and I realized this wasn't just about school. But before I could process it, another contraction ripped through her, and she screamed. Security and the school nurse rushed in. Yoseline clung to her desk, but the guard lifted her up as she cried, reaching for her test paper. "Please let me finish. I studied so hard," she begged as they carried her out. I grabbed her test and backpack and followed them to the ambulance. Even there, she pleaded to complete the last page, but the paramedic said she was fully dilated and the baby was coming fast. They had to physically stop her from grabbing the test from my hands. At the hospital, things got worse before they got better. The doctor said the baby had been put under serious stress, and the repeated hitting could have caused complications. When the nurse got her into a gown, she called me over. Bruises covered Yoseline's arms and back. My stomach sank. I had seen abuse before, but I had missed the signs this time. Child services stepped in immediately. When questioned, Yoseline admitted her parents had been beating her since she got pregnant, calling her worthless and saying she ruined her life. That exam wasn't just a test. It was her only chance to prove them wrong. Her parents were arrested that same night. I visited Yoseline and her baby Hope every day while they were in the hospital. I brought her homework and helped her study. The principal allowed her to retake the exam and she scored a 97. I even helped her apply for colleges and wrote her recommendation letters, which earned her a full scholarship to a state university. At graduation, she crossed the stage with baby Hope on her hip. When she got her diploma, she looked right at me and mouthed the words, "Thank you." I'll never forget that moment.